Same old Tottenham, different day. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it happens to be for you. So we drew the game against Burnley 2-2. I wasn't confident going into this game, I must say, but let's get into it. The lineup was very interesting. He didn't stick with what we did against Tottenham, which I thought was a bit silly. I think that sticking with that would have been good because I think it worked, like 100%. That worked much better. We played with a back three, but it was more like Mickey had license to get forward a lot more, which we did see him do. The first half, I think we probably should have been 2 or 3 up. I think we definitely had our chances there. We played really well, I thought, in that first half. We had very much control of the game. We were very much attacking, showing very much intent to try and score goals, and we just didn't obviously get to score as many goals as maybe we should have. We had plenty of chances in that half to score and go more than 1-0 up, which we did do via Mr. Romero. Oh no, Mickey was the first one, sorry, my bad. Mickey was the first goal. But yeah, to rely on our centre back again to score a goal. Unbelievable, Jeff. I do think, though, Xavi had chances. We definitely see that like I say, he got into those positions, but overall, Xavi wasn't that great. I think that he misplaced a lot of passes and he would overhit them or underhit them when it comes to getting them into the box. And I think, a little bit frustrating, especially in that first half when I think that's when we was on top. We did allow them to score before half time. I just don't know what we were doing. We just allowed them, after having all that control, for them to equalise. So when they came back out again in that second half, it felt like they had their tails up for sure, and they definitely looked like they were coming out different. They wanted to try and attack more and get that winner, and we did allow them to score the goal. And I don't know, like, again, defending, if you see where our defenders were, like, it was ridiculous, crazy, like, what are we doing? The second half, I think we backed off a little bit. We definitely backed off. I would say that around the 58th minute I was looking, or 57th minute, I was looking and thinking, these players are leggy, because by that point, it definitely looked like we were running out of steam, and I was thinking, why is he not making these changes? Like, he needs to make changes because they looked tired, they looked leggy, and he held on and held on and held on, and I don't think that helped us at all. So while I don't blame Frank for the first half of us not being able to score, that second half I do blame him, because I do think that he could have most definitely done better with changing the players. We did bring Odogi at half time, and I think that does make a difference, having a left foot on the left side for sure. I thought that Wilson Odobert was unlucky not to have scored. He did really have a good few cracks at it for sure. Like I say, he definitely wanted to score against his old team. You can see it, he really wanted it, and he was a bit unfortunate. I think he was one of our better players on the pitch that day. I think that Mickey was again fantastic. Romero, I think that maybe he could have been blamed for the goal. The second goal, he wasn't in position, and the first one, he's just sort of, I don't know, like ball watching. I don't know what he was really doing, but I think that probably Romero was all right, and he did do, like I say, he scored a goal and he did do some really great tackles, etc. But I think that for me it was probably Mickey, and Danso, very much old school, getting his head on everything, getting to everything. But again, he did make some sloppy passes as well himself a couple of times. So overall, as I say, I think the first half we should have done a lot better. We should have scored more. Second half, I think that we allowed them back into the game. We allowed them to have a sniff at winning it, and they got that second goal. and it did look like that was it. It did look like we might have run out of ideas, but Romero pops up with a absolute superb header, and to equalise. But overall, I think it wasn't great. I think we should be going to Burnley and we should be dominating and we should be scoring more. Like, I keep saying this, like, I just don't understand. I think that their team is not better than ours. Their goalkeeper had a worldie. He did do some fantastic saves, to be fair. But I think we should be doing a lot better against someone like Burnley. And I can't understand anybody who turns around and says, oh, but at the minute we haven't got all these players, blah, blah. But even this team that we have got available is better than Burnley's. So why we don't go there and score more and show that we are the big boys and they're just the little bros, I don't understand. Like, we just didn't do that. And for me, that is unacceptable. And what Frank didn't do, which was, like I say, change it when the boys were getting clearly leggy at the end. I think that Romero had a bit of cramp. We should have changed it. Like, I don't understand. Like, I think that at the end of the day, he could see that it was going a little bit crazy and that we probably needed some fresh legs onto the pitch, and he didn't. And he, like I say, he held it out for way longer than I think he needed. And I understand we've got injuries and a lot of them, but I think that you also risk injury by keeping these players on the pitch, because if they're tired and they're fatigued, they're more likely to get an injury. So I don't get that. That really frustrates me. It frustrates me when he comes out and says things like that we're improving. And I'm a bit like, really? We had a decent-ish first half, and the second half, I don't think we were that great at all. I think that, like I say, we let them back into the game, so I don't think we were great at all. So it is frustrating. I do think that we should be going and getting 3 points from this game, because now we've got February coming up and I just don't know where we're going to get the points from, if I'm honest with you. I don't know where we're going to get these points from, because we have got some tough fixtures, some super tough fixtures. We can't be letting Frankfurt win our game in the Champions League, because we cannot afford to have the 2 extra games in the Champions League, because that's just more work for the boys. We need them to have that break to get some rest in their legs, and maybe have a bit more training time as well, to see if he can sort of implement something and try to be just better overall. But I still don't see an identity. I still don't see what we are supposed to be as a team. Like, I just don't. I don't. And anybody who might want to tell me, please put it in the comments, because I'm baffled. I don't know. So I think that is still a problem. And our fans were singing "You're Getting Sacked in the Morning," saying about the football, singing back to the Burnley fans when they were saying you must be crap because we're beating you at home, and our fans saying we lose every week, you're nothing special, something like that. So that's not good. Frank getting booed again when he comes over. It is still really toxic, and I just don't know what it's going to take for the ball to see that this, I think, can't carry on. It's not good. It is not good at all. We're still not getting any players in. And so, of course, we're not really helping him either with all the injuries that we have got. So I really don't know where they're going with this. I really don't. If anybody has any sort of suggestions, maybe we should all get together and put it to them and say to them, like, this is what you should be doing. But yeah, disappointing for sure, frustrating 100%. And I think that the level of toxicity shouldn't and can't carry on. I think that probably the away fans are very much normally on board and take a lot longer to turn, and they have turned now. So I keep saying it. I don't know what's going to happen. I think that somebody in the interim could be better than what's going on right now. We might have to wait until the summer, because I think, like I say, I think that Vinay thinks that he's going to do another Arteta and sort of make it so he sticks with who we've got, and it will come good, but that's not always the story. That's not always the way. So yes, a frustrating game, a point, but it's really, really not good enough because we're slipping down that table and I don't like it, especially because some other teams at the bottom are starting to get a bit of form. And if we do not, we are really going to be amongst it, and we are definitely better than being amongst the relegation zone. I think that our team is better than that. So I don't think that is acceptable in any circumstances at all. We all said that last year 17th was not acceptable and we're better than 17th, so I still do believe that, truly I do. I think the teams, like I say, above us, we should be competing to get 9th to 7th place, or 7th to 9th place, whichever way you want to say it. I don't think that we should be battling for relegation, definitely not. So yes, that's my view. Please let me know yours. I'd love to hear your opinions, what you think about the game, and your thoughts still on Thomas Frank and what he says. Do you think we're improving? Maybe I'm just not looking at it the right way, but with my eyeballs, I don't think we're improving. So yeah, let me know what you think. I would love to hear from you guys. So take very good care of yourselves, and we'll speak again real soon.